Hello everyone, this is Anna from Vitality Structure Water, and I'm here in City at Central Park South. Enjoy a beautiful day at the park, and I decided to make this video to talk about what structured water is and the two big reasons why we should consider a structured water in our lives. First, before I get into what structured water is, I would like to share with you my own personal experience, how I became aware of structured water. Back in 2012, I was going through a transition in my life where I was feeling, a lot of emotion that needs to be. I was going through a healing crisis, how we would say, in nowadays. And that forces me to look for alternative solutions such as energy work, meditation, organic food, and also water. So going through all those research and try to find the best possible alternative health that could help myself heal and just feel great again and just bring my mind clean, my body detox, all those kind of things that I found was very important for me to feel good again about myself. So beside all of those things, I was also taking some workshop on a weekend, like about energy work and learning techniques that I could easily apply on my day-to-day basis. So one of those workshops that I was going, that's how I learned first word about structured water. But it was not in deep explanation what structured water was. The instructor just told us that it's possible to structure water in many ways, and the way that he was drinking his structured water was through a bottle that has sacred geometry. So I remember listening to that, and I found that, wow, that's very magical. How is it possible, right, to structure water through just geometry? So I came home and I stayed with that in my mind, and I keep going on my research, like reading my health books, my meditation books, the energy work book. And it was one of those books that again was mentioned about structured water, but there was much more content about structured water. So I read about it, and the author was clear, explaining how water can be transformed, and the water that we have now in the planet, and the way we treat the water, it not might be the best approach that we can use to sustain the resource of natural water on the planet and the way the water is getting into us. So basically what he was like explaining, that all those process that we consider good and natural to protect the water, to clean the water, it might be damage the water. So by the time the water gets into ourselves, there is so much toxins, there is so much tension in the water, there is so much chlorine in the water, and that to me it resonates with me, because I could picture myself the possibility, right, throughout the years, how much the water go through to be purified, but we don't know exactly if this water is being purified or if it's just be adding more into the water. So I really became very intrigued with this process, and I keep research on until I found a device that struck the water naturally, without electricity, without put any chemicals on the water, without change the structure of the water. So that to me was something that I want to feel for myself first, and to see how it really is possible to bring that pure water again into my life. So I found that natural action technology has designed a device that recreated what in nature would struck the water. So I would like to show you the portable device that from structured water that I have been using every single day to extract my water. So basically what it does, that's why I like to explain to you what structured water is. So for us to understand how this little device can promote healing benefits into our water, let's first understand what structured water is, okay? So let's all imagine a waterfall, okay? So when the water is born up to the top to the mountains, right? And she's going through the mountains and she does the movement like right and left, like this with the water, like a dance with the water, right? That's how we can see picture in your minds. And then she pumps through some storms and she goes through some rocks, and all that process, that motion that the water goes through in the mountain actually is structuring the water, okay? Naturally, nature has that secret that will provide us with the way water is meant to be. So the inventor Clayton, he was able to recreate it, that principle inside the device. So that means that every time that we pour the water inside this device, we are drinking structured water as the nature was supposed to be, okay? So I'm gonna do a demonstration so you can see how it works. It's very simple, okay? So I have my device in here and I have my glass that I bought. I have some water and I would like to show you. It's easy as this. So you pour the water in here. Okay. You hold your glass and then you let the water come down. By one time we're doing this process, we have structured water, okay? And according to the inventor, the water being through this process, it neutralizes toxins, it neutralizes chlorine, and all the toxin that is already contained in water is already neutralized. That means that we are not digesting that as we would digest it in any other type of water that has not been treated, okay? And the final two big reasons that I found that is very important for us to structure our water in a device like this is that water holds memory, okay? So if we're thinking about that, water holds memory because it's a living being as we are. So the same way when I'm a child, you know, I'm growing up and I have some traumas that happened to me when I was 7 years old, I still remember until today. So is the water. And someone might ask, oh, how is it possible? It's because the water is not dead. It's only because the water is a living being. So everything that the water has gone through, all the things that happened to her, all the tensions, all the stress, and all the things that has been poured on the water, it has been inside her, affecting her, okay? And then when we drink it, we probably are drinking all the memories that the water has gone through, right? So that's a huge reason why we should look into this and know for ourselves what type of water that we allow inside our bodies and in our lives, in our environment, right? So according to the inventor Clayton, if we are doing this, structuring our water in a device like this, what's happening to the memories of the water, it's being raised. So that means that it's neutralized all the shocking trauma that the water has gone through until today. So we can have a clean, structured water for our bodies, okay? I hope this video was, I hope I was able to communicate what I have found and it has been beneficial for myself and for others that I know so far. If you want to know more about structured water, I have left my information below this video, and I see you next time. Enjoy the day. Bye bye.